It's cold, man.
It is freezing cold.
All that snow. I thought, when it came down a few weeks ago, I'm like, oh, it's not going to stick around for a while, but I think it might be here for the winter.
It may be. I mean, it's going to get a little warmer the next couple of days, and then below zero for about 3 or 4.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh,
So that's going to be
So,
great. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, good time to drink some whiskey, I guess.
I think that is Monday through Friday.
Well, I'd always heard this little trick about drinking whiskey, and you and I have talked about it before, but I was cruising through my Facebook the other day, and somebody posted some prescription they got back in 1960, and it was like a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and a tablespoon of whiskey. And I had a cough, and it was just not fun. So I'm like, all right. I sipped on those one night, and cough was gone pretty much. So
It's amazing. Yeah, why they went away from that, I don't know. So.
Anyway, welcome back to the Mojo Whiskey Bar. Glad you tuned in, and you've set something up today. In fact, you've got the next few videos.
I did. So what we have in front of us is 4 offerings that are between $15 and $25. Actually, the most it's under $24 is where we kept it.
Okay.
So the most expensive one is $23.99.
Okay. So bottom shelf. Although there are some things you can get for like $9.99. I thought about including those, but I've had a couple of those, and there's not anything there, so we would be wasting a lot.
Yeah, and a couple of these I haven't had. A couple of them I have, and they're pretty solid for what you're paying for these. And so thought it'd be good to kind of we hit a lot of that 60 and above stuff, which is outstanding offerings. But I thought we kind of highlighted some of this lower end stuff. See where that takes us. All
right, sounds good. Where are we starting?
So let's start here on number 1.
All right.
And this is about as blind as we can get. And you have no idea.
He knows what he poured. I have a rough idea what's in one of the 4, but I don't know what's in it. So for all intents and purposes, this is blind to me. And again, we're in this sub $24 category. We didn't put a threshold on the bottom, but I think you said the cheapest one was like $15.
$15, yeah.
For knowing what that cost, I mean, it's got a pretty good nose on it.
It really, it does. It has a sweet nose too.
Very sweet, yeah. There's not a lot of complexity on
No, there's not. It's pretty simple. It's sweet, so probably a high corn.
But at the same time, we probably wouldn't expect any. I mean, you might find some surprises, but I wouldn't expect there to be a lot of complexity. Probably a lot of single note stuff.
Yeah.
But the sweetness is there. Surprisingly, ethanol is. I get some ethanol there too.
Yeah, and I want to say at least 2 or 3 of them are 100 proof bottled bond.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So bottle and bond is good. And I mean, that tells you, it's been produced under certain quality characteristics. So.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take a sip on this. That's pretty good. The sweetness is definitely there.
It's sweet, and I can get almost... It lingers. I get almost a hint, not overbearing, a hint of maybe a cinnamon or a spice of some type. You're right, it lingers. And it
get some vanilla.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty solid for where the price point is at.
All right. So are we going to be rating these? Or so I better...
Yeah, save me on this little...
All right.
And as you can see, there's a little viscous on there.
That's a good little bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're moving on to 2.
Number 2. Notice it doesn't seem quite as strong.
No, it's not as vibrant. There's some subtle sweetness. It's almost like the first one, but watered down.
Yeah.
On the nose.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's. I want to say outdoorsy, kind of like after a misty rain or something. But that's me trying to really drag something out of it.
Got to hunt for some things here.
You really do.
But I do get a little bit of that, almost a little bit of a grassy note.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what this one is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I'm trying to get something out.
It's not a sweet, but there is almost like a hard candy.
Yeah.
Like it's been sitting in Grandma's candy dish
for a while.
I mean,
yeah. So it kind of it traveled the entire holiday season, sitting out just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I mean, still good.
Still good
so far. Good.
Correct. Yeah.
Right?
Nothing.
These are not things you pour down the drain.
No.
And there's quite a few offerings in that $15 to $24
it's
price.
Surprising. I mean, we capped it at 4. We could have gone on. We could have had 10 or 15 out here.
It might be one of the more crowded categories.
Surprisingly, you're right. I think you're right.
All right, number 3. All right, there's some different notes here.
This one has almost a hint of a little bit of fruit to it.
Yeah. Like maybe like a peach. Maybe a little bit of cherry. I get some fruit.
Yeah, get a little bit of cherry. Kind of like that, the pit of a cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's it has a much different nose than the first two.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely more fruity.
Yeah.
Maybe some baking spices, but again, I'm kind of hunting. I think that's the thing that we're finding with this category.
Like
There's probably going to be about a single note, maybe 2. All right, I'm going to give it a try. I think there's that cherry's there.
That cherry's there, and it's amazingly smooth.
It's really smooth, but I get some oaky notes on this one too.
Yeah, there's some age to it. I don't know what that would be, but
I don't know.
That is interesting.
All right, I like this one a lot so far. See, it's kind of fun to do these things because maybe I've been spending too much on bourbon.
I know, that's exactly right. My gosh, we're gonna find some out today.
All right, on to number 4.
Yeah.
It's the weakest of the 4 noses, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
I can't find much. Are you find anything?
Not really. Interesting. Yeah, there's just not much.
I'm going to hunt all day, and I'm not going to find anything, so I'm just going to go and take a sip. So I get more grains on this one.
You do.
That's a pretty lovely drink, too.
It is pretty good. Has a little bit of a heat on the back a little bit. And
I have a pretty good guess on what this one might be because I get a little bit of nuttiness.
Yeah, I mean, you
which, the telltale sign is that it might be a Jim Beam, but I don't know that.
Yeah.
So, but I get a little bit of nuttiness. Grains and nuts is what I get is the primary.
Yeah, it's much different than all the other 3. Didn't have much of a nose, but it does have on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like those cereal grains a little bit are coming through.
Absolutely.
They're pretty prevalent. Huh.
Man, I can make my mind up real easy on this one. I already know.
You know yours?
I do.
I'm probably with here to here.
So you went 3-1, 4-2.
Yeah.
I'm close. I would say I'm 3, and then 4, and then 1 and 2. So, but we both agree 3 is the best.
Oh yeah. It just has a fruitiness to it that I wasn't expecting at this price point.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so big reveal time, huh?
Let's see what we got here. Number 2.
All right, so this is. I think we both put this last.
Yeah.
So this is JTS Brown, bottled in bond.
That's a Heaven Hill product.
So.
Yeah.
All right, that's number 2.
Number 2. Let's see. Number 1 is J.W. Dant. That's another 100 proof bottled in bond. Also a Heaven Hill product.
Seems like Heaven Hill puts out a lot of stuff in this category.
They do. And this one, the one in your hand, is $15.
Wow, I mean, you can't beat it.
You can't beat $15. Yeah, for $15.
All right, JW Dant, bottle and bond.
Okay. This is the Kirkland Signature Bottled and Bond, which is produced by Barton, 1792. This is only available at Costco.
It's good,
and it's hard as heck to get. You have to go. There's only a couple times a year you're going to find it in the shelf. When you do, people are going to buy it. That is $23.99.
For this bottle?
Yes.
It's a liter, too.
Yes.
So if you prorated it, so whatever that ends up being, so it's actually, probably sub $20 for a $7.50. That's good, too.
This was our winner. Evan Williams, 1783 small batch.
Also a Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was really good. And that's...
Actually, all these were better than I thought they were going to be. I don't think I've had any of these before today.
And I think that Evan Williams is probably your most expensive. Well, no, this is at $23.99.
But it's a liter.
And it's a liter. And everything else is $15 to $23.
Fantastic.
That is unbelievable. Yeah, we may be spending too much on.
Don't say that too loud. My wife can hear you.
But if you liked old fashions,
Oh,
these are what you should be using.
I'd laugh when you go to like a restaurant or to a bar and somebody orders an old fashioned and like put some 1920 in there.
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
When I hear that, I'm like, you're insane. You're a crazy person.
You don't
for doing that. These are outstanding offerings.
And you can find these, aside from this, the rest of them you can find all day, every day.
You go to
probably
CVS,
Kroger.
Total Wine, Kroger.
They're going to be at the bottom shelf, so they're not going to be at eye level. So look down low. But these are all good.
Yeah, they're really good. I was surprised. Like I said, these were something I had sitting around the house, and it's.
Well, I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad, yeah. So.
All right. Any other thoughts on this one?
No, pleasantly surprised. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at.
I love it.
This. And so hopefully we showed you guys some things that you have not tasted, or if you.
Yeah, because I'll say I've seen all of these except for the Costco, the Kirkland.
Yeah.
Plenty of times, and I'm like, I don't know, should I?
Yeah.
But then again, full confession, I've gambled on bottles that cost way more than $15 to $24.
And these outperform them.
In some cases, yes, they do. Yes, they do. So don't give up on that bottom shelf.
That's exactly.
There's probably some things there that are worth finding, and try these. I mean, these are all really good bourbons.
Yeah.
Now they're not going to have that complexity of some of the things we've sampled in the past.
Correct.
Nor would you expect them to.
No.
Right. So there is something to be said about the price, but these are good drinks.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Don't give up on these.
Yeah. So that next video, we'll go up a little bit on the price point.
Sounds good.
We'll be ready to do the next one.
All right. Talk to y'all. Thanks.